Lee, one of the things that impresses me right now about what's going on with AI is if you take some of the really big tech companies, now I'll take Meta,
Okay.
Microsoft, Amazon, Oracle. They really do not trade on the fundamentals of their core businesses anymore. So if you said to me 2 years ago, what kind of stock is Microsoft? Why is it up or down? You'd tell me, well, they've got two business units, this, and depending on how those perform, if we moved over to Amazon, it's Amazon Web Services and it's e-commerce.
Yep.
Go to Meta, it's number of eyeballs and
On
median
multiple
minutes per
products.
month, MAU, all this stuff about how many people they have on Facebook and Instagram and who goes there, and you add that up and divide it by the ad revenue. At Google, it's one number, search. That's sort of eventually you got YouTube, but as far as I'm concerned, those companies now trade primarily on their success or lack of success in the AI business, not on what you and I would consider was in some cases for decades their core businesses and competence.
Right, right. No, I think you're exactly right, because I think, it's been 3 years, and I had to even look this up because I wasn't exactly sure. It'll be 3 years in November since ChatGPT came out, and the huge, and that kicked off the rally that we're still in, despite the fact that we had a 20% correction. I mean, this has been almost a 3-year all out, full speed ahead rally. And, we've had our share of winners. I'm looking at run right now. Our pals at Applied Digital, which stopped mining crypto to open data centers, is now $28. We recommended it at $6 or something like that a year ago.
Yeah,
But
we're winners.
I think you're right. Everything's getting an AI valuation. And so how are you a player in that?
One of the things I don't like about it is if AI has a problem, your big mega cap stocks all fall apart at the same time.
Exactly.
If you and I were trading Amazon based on AWS and e-commerce, and Microsoft based on cloud and their gaming platforms or something,
Windows.
right? Then you could say, well, listen, if e-commerce got into trouble, that doesn't mean that Microsoft and Apple get hit.
Right.
Right now, those business units don't carry the water for these companies' valuations. They're positioned.
Well, the margins are too thin. Yeah, margins are way too thin.
Well, and so what you have now is, for the first time in my memory, all of the major tech companies are traded on based on one premise, a single premise, and that is, how do they do in artificial intelligence?
Right. Whereas 25 years ago, how will they do on the internet?
And then eventually that moved over to e-commerce in the cloud,
Yeah.
moved over to Facebook and how many people visited your
Yep.
Facebook site and those things.
Well, I think one of the issues that you see is that it's clearly helping, and companies are starting to employ it in as they unemploy workers, because it's taking care of a lot of menial tasks that you don't have to pay somebody to do. But the interesting thing is like 25 years ago, I mean, I was there and I saw it all, because I was at Bear Stearns during all of the up until 2000. And then I went to Lehman Brothers, and I was in the thick of it there because Dan Niles was the one making calls at Lehman Brothers there, and he top-ticked everything. He top-ticked everything in terms of saying, "Oh, it's time to go all in. It's time to go all in." But it's similar. It's similar, but that ran a long time. That really ran from like 97, 98, 99. It ran for 3.5, 4 years before it actually blew up. And I think there's going to be a reckoning here somewhere. I don't think big tech will go out of business, but boy, they can get hit hard considering where they're trading at.